couple different videos to show you later on. Super excited. Okay, hello everyone. How are we all doing today? I'm Matt, your wonderful host of CruiseWeek.tv. Super excited. We have the very talented Kelly Brewer on today. She is an amazing talent agent. I am super excited to talk to her. I don't really know too much about travel agents, so I'm very excited to kind of pick her brain to see why we should go with travel agents versus booking direct, and what can she offer that we might not know on our own. So, without further ado, I'm Matt, and this is CruiseWeek.tv. Welcome back, cruisers. How are we doing today? I'm Matt, the host of CruiseWeek.tv. Basically, quick synopsis of the show. I am a newbie cruiser. I've only been on one cruise before, so the purpose of me doing this wonderful web show with you guys is to learn more about cruising, and we bring on experts every type of week, and occasional different people who might not be as famous. We want to bring them on to kind of get a better understanding of how cruising works, some tips and tricks that we might not know about. There is definitely a whole bunch of information I do not know. So I am super excited to bring on our guest of the day. We have Kelly Brewer on today. She is a travel agent. Super excited. So she has sailed on 31 cruises, 3 different cruise lines, Carnival, Royal, and Norwegian, 19 different ships, 195 days. 10 departure ports, 36 unique ports, including Alaska 3 different times. She has also been awarded one of the cruise line's top awards for travel agents and has booked $1 million of cruise worth last year alone. So without further ado, Kelly, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Matt. Thanks.
Nice.
I appreciate being invited to your show very much. Thank you.
No problem. We are so glad to have you on here. Like I said before, I really don't know too much about travel agents. So, first question, what can a travel agent offer that booking direct can't?
A lot of us, I'm going to say most travel agents, they offer onboard credit as gifts. They can mail you your documents, including laminated luggage tags. They have a lot of experience with the ports, like 32 cruises. You just kind of have a lot of knowledge to share with your clients, and you kind of can get to know them. You can get to know your clients, and it's just, I don't know, I'm getting a little nervous, as you can tell. This is the very first time doing this.
No worries, it's okay.
And you think it wouldn't be, because I talk about this all the time. But we have the same stateroom availability that working with PVPs or working directly with the other cruise lines have to offer. We have the same exact rate codes. Our price is to the exact penny that you'll get with the cruise lines direct. We have access to everything. And so you just get our knowledge most of all, and then you get onboard credit, chocolate covered strawberries, anything like that delivered to your cabin as a gift for using us.
Nice. So let's go into some questions from our wonderful people of the show. So, Suyan, oh dear, I am sorry if I butcher names. I am not the best at coming up with pronouncing names. So, they ask, I'm military, and once we had to cancel a cruise because of orders, how would booking through travel agency better for us than booking straight online?
I'm actually going through this situation right now where I actually had a military family. Orders came in, they're actually booked. We've had to cancel that cruise, and we've rebooked them now. We've transferred over their future cruise credit that they had available, but they were booked on an early saver rate code, and that penalty is your full deposit. So if you've got a $250 per person deposit, 50 of it is non-refundable, and then the other 200 is applied as future credit. I've got an email in with the reviews at carnival.com right now, and they're debating on whether or not that they can go ahead and remove those penalties. So hopefully we have some good news. And if not, I may go ahead and step up, and I may just cover those too, because, that's great for our military service, our military personnel, and so I'll probably step up and do the right thing, but hopefully the cruise line will go ahead and waive those penalties for them. But we have access to all the military rate codes, and so the price is the same booking with us, but you still get the added benefits, of onboard credit or, other gifts, and then, most travel agents probably mail documents including laminated luggage tags, so it just takes the hassle out of a lot of things.
Nice. And Sion, thank you so much for your service. We definitely appreciate you. So another question. Ken Jordan asks, what does it cost a person to book with a travel agent versus doing it themselves online?
Yeah, again, we've got the same price to the penny as the cruise lines offer. Now, there are a lot of different rate codes that are out there. I mean, most cruises have like 6 different rate codes that you can select from. There's residency rate codes sometimes, there's military rate codes, senior discount rate codes, there's special VIFP rate codes that are available, and so if your travel agent is doing the right thing and working for you, which they should be, I mean, because we rely on referrals and we rely on our guests to come back to us, so we don't get to pick our clients out of a queue, and so we really rely on referrals and just having, the repeat customers. And so it's the same exact price, but again, you get those added benefits. There are some travel agents that do charge for fees, especially if they help with airlines or if they help with hotels, because there's no commission involved for the most part with those services. So, and I actually try avoiding those services myself. And I know that's horrible to say, but I work a full-time job too, and so I stay pretty busy with just the cruising. But I will help, I'll help pick out flight times and I'll help pick out hotels and give suggestions, but I don't normally help with those bookings.
Okay, so you say that you have a full-time job other than cruising, so what other type of travel plans do you do besides just booking cruises?
We do everything Disney, everything Universal, and I do a lot of resorts. I don't do anything else as far as domestic traveling for the most part, but I book St. Thomas, Atlantis, St. Kitts, Honduras, Belize. I've had a few people go to Belize, so we do resorts as well. We actually have access to sell NFL tickets and any kind of arena concert tickets. We have access to all of that, but I kind of choose not to because it's very time consuming.
Mm-hmm. So looking behind you, what do you got going on in that bookshelf behind you there? Looks like a bunch of different
Yeah,
floors.
This is one of the things that I would say, especially for first-time cruisers. We do the coffee cups as well, but we always do the ship models. And I'm actually, you made a comment on one of your live skits that your studio was a little bare, and so I am going to be mailing you a Carnival Glory ship.
Wonderful.
You can find them in the fun shops, and what we normally do is we buy the large ship model on the first time that we sail on a ship, and then we buy the smaller Christmas ornament size on any repeats, because I think we'd have to have about 3 curio cabinets by now if we did the large one each time. But it's just kind of a great memory. Every day we see it, and it kind of puts me in a good mood because cruising is where my passion is.
Nice. So maybe we found our tree topper this year. We'll just have a giant cruise ship there. Awesome. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Now we just got to find out where to put it. We'll find some different spots. So Reba asks, if I have a free cruise, can I still book with a travel agent, or do I have to go through Carnival?
You can definitely, we have access to those bookings as well, and so you can use a travel agency to book them. If you don't upgrade to a balcony or something like that, there's no commission involved, and so your gift probably would be a lot smaller. But yes, we have access to book those, so you don't have to book those direct. That's a good question.
Nice. So okay, here is a longer question by Phil Olberg. He asks, I've been very loyal to my personal vacation planner, PVP, at Carnival Cruise Lines for over a decade. If the cabin if it wasn't listed on the website, he'll get it for me and need to extend the final payment of a couple days. No problem. But for the $1,000 I spent with CCL, I don't feel as if I'm anything more than just another guest. Just another onboard upgrade credits, or so his basic question is, would switching to an independent travel agent increase my chance of receiving an onboard credit or upgrade while keeping the price the same as booking directly with Carnival?
Yes, exactly, 100% it would. And we have availability to all the staterooms. And so, I mean, if somebody's booked in cabin, 1248, and you want 1248, they don't have any access to bump people out of 1248. I mean, that's just not going to happen. And so if 1248 is available, they can book it for you, and we can too. And so stateroom availability, because I hear that a lot. That's one of the things that I hear the most is, well, my PVP can get me the cabin number that's not listed online. I mean, we have access to those same exact tools that they do. And yes, the upgrade ferry can still call, even if you're booked with a travel agent, because they are wanting those cabins booked. And so chances of getting somebody in a lower balcony to upgrade to a suite versus putting that suite out there, at full price, short distance to a cruise, they can upgrade you from an inside to a balcony and then sell those inside cabins a lot easier, especially, closer to a cruise. And so, yeah, I mean, give a travel agent a chance, and if you don't like using a travel agent after one or two bookings, then switch back. No harm done. But yeah, I mean, if there's a travel agent friend or somebody that's referred you to a travel agent, give them a call and just see for yourself if it's a good fit.
So what's the travel agent ferry, or the upgrade ferry? My mistake. What was that?
Well, close to sailings, if the cruise lines are having a hard time booking the more expensive, normally it's the more expensive, like the grand suites or the cabin suites. I mean, those come with a pretty penny. And so when it gets closer to sailing, Carnival actually has a department, and so does Royal Caribbean, I believe. I mean, hopefully I'm not misstating that, but they will actually call and see if somebody wants to upgrade from like a deck 6 balcony even up to like a Lido deck balcony, because it's cheaper. It's not really cheaper, but it's easier for somebody to spend $100 and do an upgrade. So so it's called the upgrade ferry, and also we have a nice tool. We've got it's not a contract. We have something that we're doing now with Carnival, where actually Carnival will email our clients directly, and then you have a link you can click on, and you can look at all the upgrade options that are available, and you can do the online upgrade. I mean, you can do the upgrade yourself online.
Mm-hmm. Is it usually worth taking that extra time, even though it's very discounted? Do you think it's worth upgrading for that smaller fee, or what would you say about that?
I do. We took our first few cruises were in an inside balcony, and then we made the mistake of doing, an inside cabin, and we made the mistake of doing a balcony. And it was a cheaper upgrade. It was like $50, I think it was, or something, to upgrade to a balcony. And after that, it's extremely difficult to go back to an inside cabin. So if you're doing inside cabins and you can handle doing an inside cabin, keep it going, because you will just want to start always booking balconies. And then we did our first ocean suite about 2 years ago, and we've done a couple ocean suites since then, because it's extremely hard kind of going back to a balcony, even after being in an ocean suite. So it's definitely worth treating yourself from time to time, but just be aware it's extremely hard to go back to an inside cabin after you've had a balcony. That's for sure. It's hard.
So people are asking, what's an inside balcony?
Oh, I know. Sorry.
No worries at all. So Thomas Burke asks, some online booking agencies at $25 booking fee. What is the $25 booking fee usually?
I'm not sure why anybody would add a booking fee, because the cruise lines and the resorts, they pay our commissions. We have the same exact penny, but they pay our commissions, and so nothing extra comes out of your pocket for using a travel agency. And so if somebody is adding a booking fee, then it's just, it's kind of like postage and handling. I would not use them. There's no reason that you should be paying for anybody's service.
So you, on your site, you don't do any booking fees at all?
No, 0 booking fees.
Nice. Well, that's already an perk right there.
Exactly. I pay you to use me, so...
So coming from comments on Periscope, we have Mark asks about cruising Facebook group bookings. Are you able to do Facebook group bookings at all, or what would you offer about different things of that nature?
Yeah. We do book groupings, or do group bookings, and we've got a group of 37 cabins on the Vista, January 28th, and then I've got actually a group of 62 cabins on the Triumph in March, and actually you're now going to be booking on that same exact cruise with the Cruise Life Cargo. group for their spring break cruise. And so I do a lot of group cruises. I've got 3 associates that work underneath of me, and we all have a lot of group cruises. And then that also gives you, if a specific sailing offers fun points, then we are allowed to give you additional onboard credit. And so a lot of the groups will have $75 onboard credit per cabin, and you'll get that $75, and then you'll also get our $25 or whatever the case may be that we're adding. Depending upon your cabin category, it may be higher than $25. And so on a 7-night cruise, you can start off with $100 onboard credit for just using a travel agency that had open group bookings to put your cabin in. So it's a great benefit.
Nice. Definitely, I see a lot more benefits using different travel agents from the very, very little knowledge I've learned before. So, speaking about travel agents, Ron Hiller asks, I know a couple different people who are interested in becoming a travel agent. What's the pathway to get to become one?
I have a cruise planners franchise, and I started off as an associate. I think I looked it up earlier today. It's sad that I had to look it up. But I became an associate in November of 2011 underneath of Mike and Amy Matthews in Florida. And I stayed under their franchise for about a year and probably about 4 months or so, and then I achieved my own franchise. But if a franchise owner's sales are high enough, then they can have associates underneath of them. And so it's a nice way to get that experience, and then also you get your franchise discounted later because you have experience. But it's that simple. I did do a little bit of investigation on becoming my own agency and earning my CLIA or IATA number, and it just was too confusing, and I reached out and I did a lot of research on cruise planners, and they are great. They've been in business for 20 years. We're an American Express affiliated agency, and so if you use your American Express, we can offer benefits, that other agencies just don't have.
Nice. So we have someone commenting all the way from Australia. David Lange asks, Hi Matt, I've asked a question earlier. I'm watching live from Australia. I have been on 15 cruises, always booked through the same travel agent, but he doesn't really get a lot of offers. Can Kelly book cruises for Australians as well?
Yes, we can. We have access to those cruise lines, to those cruises too.
Nice. So it's not just US, right?
Nope, it's not just U.S. Chances are I probably won't have very many it would be difficult for us to have a group cruise for those over there because we have to have at least 5 cabins in the group to be able to get the benefits, the onboard credit, and then we get additional onboard credit if we reach 8 cabins. And so we may not have very many group bookings, but if you've got at least 3 to 4 cabins of friends that wants to go with you, then we can definitely create a group booking, and hopefully there's fun points or something available for that extra onboard credit. Definitely.
I've been to Australia a couple different times, David. Absolutely amazing. What would you, Wonderful. So, Gail Conady, butchering the last names, sorry. Can you explain how to book 8 cabins, get 1 free works for groups? How is the free spread around?
It's completely up to you. I have a lot of groups that I'm actually like the group leader of. Like we have a lot of spring break groups that I know that I'm going to have at least 8 to 10 cabins on. And so those tour conductor credits I normally do keep. Or if I've got a group leader and they've done like 4 or 5 cabins, and so I will sometimes spread some additional onboard credit towards them. But if you want to reach out and if you've got your full 8 cabins, just work with your travel agent to see if they will give you back all of those tour conductor credits or a parcel of the tour conductor credits. It's just completely how you work with your travel agent on those. But yes, it's what it is like if you have 8 balconies and let's say the cruise rate is an average of $500, well then you get a $500 credit. It's called a tour conductor credit at the end of right before the cruise. And so you can use it as a payment on a cabin, or you can use it as onboard credit, or we can take it as additional commission after the sailing is over.
Are you able to do type of travel bundles with hotels and travel expenses as well as the cruise?
We can. We actually do the airlines. It's the same thing that the cruise lines offer. We just have to call the cruise lines. We can't do that online right now, but we can call the cruise lines and they can do the hotel and the flight bundle the same as using them direct.
Very nice. I might have to keep in contact with you because I want to go back to Connecticut for Christmas break to see my familia. So we'll be in contact for that. So we got a couple more questions coming in. Do you book all cruise lines, or do you have a preferred special line?
I prefer Carnival only because we've sailed on Carnival 24 times, and that's who we prefer. We've done 5 Royal Caribbean cruises, and we've done 2 Norwegian cruises, and I'm actually not a huge fan of Norwegian, so sorry if there's anybody watching from Norwegian. But we have access to do all cruise lines, Celebrity, Princess, MCS. I mean, we have access to all of them, and we can offer the same gifts and do documents the same as we can on any of the cruise lines. That's a good question.
Nice. We have 2 final questions. Second to last one, Suyan asked, what is the deposit if I'm booking through a travel agent? Do you offer discount deposits like on cruise lines?
We offer the same reduced deposits if they're running any specials, and on group bookings, there is the option to book into the group on most of them. I've heard that the European ones, the Mediterranean ones, don't offer this, but I'll find out because the Horizon's getting ready to release their itineraries next month, and so we'll have a couple of the Mediterranean groups available over there. But you can book into the group with a $50 per person deposit, but you're not able to pick your specific stateroom out until you've reached full deposit. So if you've got $200 or $250 in payments, and they run a reduced deposit sale, and your deposit would be $250, then we can go ahead and pick your cabin out. But until that full deposit isn't met, we can't pick your specific stateroom out. But it does allow you to book into the group and start making payments, and you can make payments direct on my website. I will say one bad thing that a lot of people don't like using travel agents is because we are a third-party person in between your bookings, and there are some things that we don't have access to do, and so we have to call the cruise line to do some things, not very much, but you can make payments even directly on our cruise site, so which is nice. And that used to be one of the big holdups that people had to not use a travel agent, is the flexibility. If it's 3 in the morning and you want to make a payment, you just want to make a payment. You don't want to have to wake somebody up.
Yeah, good point. We definitely appreciate your honest answer. Final question of the night comes from Ron Hiller again. Is it possible to get a cheaper rate for a cabin when booking through a travel agent who has cabins on hold at a certain rate?
Actually, that is a very good thing, because yes, for group cabins, I had last year on Alaska, Jeff, he was able to book into my group rate that I had that was currently $700 less than what it was publicly available on Carnival's site. So we saved him $700 on his cabin price, and then he got $100 onboard credit for the group rate, and then I was pretty generous on that cabin because it was Alaska and it was a balcony. So yeah, luckily sometimes we do have a lower rate booked in, but for the most part our price is the exact same that you're going to find, unless we do have a locked-in group rate, and that cruise has gone up in price.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly, for coming on. We really, really appreciate it. Where can we find your website? Where can we ask more details and find you online?
I have got, my website just came up. It's brewertravel.com, which is kind of easy to remember because it's my last name. And then I also have a Facebook page, and I have a Facebook group, and it's just Brewer Travel. I don't use the page very often because it just wasn't getting as many hits or something, but the Facebook group is great. So join in the group and ask questions, and possibly use my service, but just use a travel agent. Give it a try. It's not for everybody. But give a travel agent a try. I'm sure you'll be okay with the service, and I'm sure it'll work out great.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. We definitely appreciate you a lot. I know we had a lot of different questions that were coming in. I hope everyone's very satisfied with all those wonderful answers. Thank you so much for coming on. We had a great time. We will see you guys later. So again, it is at brewertravel.com right there if you guys want any further detail or would you like to book more with her. So guys, that was our wonderful show of the night. Make sure you guys check out our website at cruiseweek.tv to see a total breakdown of our trip on Carnival Magic. We have Cruise Week Season 1 already published, already online. That flew by. It was definitely a bunch of work trying to get that together, but our new video is absolutely awesome. We have a Season 2 sneak peek promo if you guys want to check around and see that right now. Hey there, I'm Matt, and we're back for Cruise Week Season 2.
Last season was amazing. Back then, I was just a newbie to cruising, and I went with cameraman Zach and 4 of my friends on our first ever cruise. We took you all along with us, and we showed you the fun and antics we got up to, and the rookie mistakes we made, as we tried to learn all about life on a cruise ship. I have to say, it was quite the learning experience. With thousands of people watching live and giving us advice, helping and guiding us through the voyage, we made it. And I think we got a little addicted, so we are back. In Season 2, we're going to do things a little bit differently. I am no longer the newbie, but we'll be hosting 5 other new cruisers, both male and female, as they set sail on their first ever cruise. We have already gotten permission from both Carnival and Royal for unrestricted access to host Cruise Week on their ships, and I'm totally looking forward to it. This season we're planning to come back bigger and better than ever, with more of the unforgettable moments you can only get at sea. With even better cameras and internet, we'll be able to involve you more, both on and off the ship, as we follow our 5 first-time cruisers from their first steps on till they return 7 days later. In Season 2, we'll be changing it up by letting you vote on who gets to be on the cruise with us. We'll be accepting applications from first-time cruisers, and when we have narrowed it down to 20 hopefuls, you will be able to watch their interviews and application videos. Then you get to vote on the final 5. Our cameras are going to take you behind the scenes, showing you 7 days through the eyes of our new cruisers as they interact with guests and crew and experience everything that cruising has to offer, giving you unprecedented access to one of the world's biggest cruise lines. With 2 cameramen and myself as the host, we'll be able to improve on our already amazing response and make Season 2 better than ever. Of course, we can't do this without your support, so we're asking you to help make Season 2 a reality. With your help, we can achieve our funding goals and start our interview on our next round of applicants. Thank you so much for your support and helping us make Cruise Week Season 2.
Wasn't that just lovely? Very, very fond memories of Cruise Week Season 1. Again, if you guys want to check out the full season, go to cruiseweek.tv for all of that, as well as our tips and tricks, little different tours of the ship. And you guys get to see me make some wonderful, fun mistakes and learn all about cruising. Don't forget, we have our second cruise coming up for Season 2. October. I am super, super excited for it. I cannot wait to meet all new different people as well as make a bunch of new memories. Also, we have Bird's Trip on the Oasis of the Seas and the Halloween Cruise on the Majesty as well on the site, so definitely check that out. On our next show, next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live, we have Matt Hoochberg from the Royal Caribbean blog. Very excited to have him on. Again, guys, make sure you friend us, follow us, like us, subscribe. Make sure you get all those wonderful updates, notifications. Share the video with your friends. We have so much more coming up. I am so excited. We're booking guests left and right. We are running out of different spots for guests to come on. I am so excited for everything else. I hope you guys had a wonderful time watching us. We will see you guys next week. And as always, we'll see you on the ships.